Hi, I'm Amy, and I want to do a different style of video than I've done before today. I'm actually going to show you 3 ways that I use on a regular basis to make sure that I shift my focus from what I don't want to what I do want. This does a couple different things. If you are unclear about what it is you truly want, you can use all 3 of these techniques to help you get clarity. So these techniques offer clarity of your desire. You can also use all 3 of these techniques to shift your focus from what you don't want to what you do want, which is ultimately super important in manifesting. And a lot of people, think they're focusing on what they want when they're actually focusing on what they don't want. All 3 of these will help you with that. And the other thing it can do is it can make it really clear what your limiting, contradictory ideas are that are holding you back, and you can shift them very easily. So all 3 of these are kind of like win-win situations when it comes to what you would like to be doing in manifesting to become more of a vibrational match to your desire. So are you ready? I'm going to show you 3 things. One is the beans. I call them the beans. Let's do a bean, and then a coin, and then an actual don't want list. So what I do is I have a bowl here of beans. Okay, so what I do is I have a bowl of beans here, and you can get these for like a bag of these at any grocery store for like $2 or $3. It's kind of like a mixed bean thing, and I like them because they're pretty. And I just pick one up and I hold it. And as I hold it, I say what I don't want, right? So I don't want to be stressed out today. So you say you don't want, and then you say what you want. I want to feel calm and peaceful and have a lot of fun today. Now, after you say what you want, you put it in a different jar. See that? These are actual ones that I've put in there. And I have them as different jars, but one's a bowl, one's a jar, but you can do whatever you want. The reason I put them in a different place is so that I know all of these are don't wants that I have turned around, reversed, and changed into something that I want. Okay, so back to the bowl. I pick out another bean, and it's I don't want, so you have to figure out what it is you don't want. Like, I don't want to be late to work today. I want to be on time to work with plenty of time to spare. Put it in the bowl. I don't want to wake up every morning and my back hurts. I want to wake up every morning and my back feels amazing and normal and great. I don't want, I'm just trying to come up with examples here. I don't want to have problems with my skin. I want my skin to be totally balanced, perfect, natural, glowing, happy, etc. I don't want to feel like I don't want to feel frustrated about my body. I want to feel amazing about my body. Some of these I'm just coming up with because I'm trying to think of what you guys might be thinking about. I don't want to struggle with money today. I want to feel abundant and prosperous about money today. I don't want my neighbor to make a lot of noise. I want my neighbor to be quiet and serene. I don't know, whatever. So, I mean, you're getting the idea, right? So it's like you take your don't want, which is usually in your face, in your mind, and you say what you don't want. You say what you do want, and then you drop it into the jar. You can do a bunch of these at once, do one at a time. It doesn't really make a difference. You can use you can use marbles, you can use quarters. I like the beans because they're soft. You can use pennies, you can use whatever you want. And I did get this idea from a video I watched a couple years ago. So if I can find it again, I'll post the link down to it. And then I have this little thank you card that someone sent me, and I put it in a frame just to remind myself, like, I'm appreciating that I can reverse my focus. So I don't want to be ungrateful. I want to be grateful and appreciative. I don't want to be impatient. I want to feel excited and relaxed or something, you know. So you can just kind of get the idea of it. You will be able to practice and come up with your own form of it. The other thing that's really good about this one is you can do it with other people. I used to do this with my cousin all the time, and so when we were talking and we were sharing how our day would go when we were in person together, we would be like, oh, we need to do a bean. Let's go do a bean. So that was a lot of fun. So you can use this and have it as like for everyone in your house, or you can just have it for yourself. You can have one at work. You can have one at home. This is really great. And then when you get to the bottom of this bowl, you can just obviously refill it. And this one, you know, I don't know. This is the only ones I've actually done. So I wouldn't, you can do whatever you want with them when the jar is full. But anyway, I don't reuse them. That's just my personal preference. You can do whatever you want. Okay, so the second thing that I use to shift my focus as well as get clear about limiting contradictory thoughts, beliefs, is I have a coin that I got at the Eiffel Tower, and on one side it is a building, which is across from the Eiffel Tower, I believe, and the other one is the other side is the Eiffel Tower. So I got this when I was there in 2009, and it's a big, you know, kind of commemorative coin. I don't use like a regular currency coin, but you can use whatever you want. And every time I use it, the Eiffel Tower side is what I do want, and then the building side is what I don't want. So what I do, the same idea as the beans, is I start off with what I don't want, and I say, I don't want. So this one I carry around with me. It's sort of like my, you know, beans that I have when I'm actually on the go, so I don't have to carry them all around with me. So you can carry this in your pocket or your purse or whatever, or your wallet. So I don't want to hit red lights today. I do want green lights all the way to my destination. And then you can start over. And again, this is a focusing tool. It helps you focus. I don't want... And you might pause, right? And I say this out loud. You can do it in your head, but I prefer to say these out loud, even with the beans, because if you just keep them in your head, sometimes you can kind of like drift off in your mind. So I say them out loud. So I don't want, you know, I don't want... I don't know. I'm actually in a really good mood, so it's hard to come up with something that I don't want. But I don't want to struggle with manifesting because I want to feel at ease and have a good time manifesting. So you could do that as well. So this is the second way that I refocus from what I don't want to what I want throughout the day. Okay, and so this way is in a lot of manifesting books. And a lot of people talk about this one. This one is really great. This one is writing out, and I do recommend writing this out or typing it, what you don't want to become what you do want, and you reverse it. So this does the shift in focus. It also allows you to become clear about what you want. So this is a very great technique. If you have no idea what it is you want, but you are very clear of what you don't want, you can reverse it. And then if you've seen one of my other videos, where I mention take your want list and turn it into your love list, so you can do it in 3 steps. Put the don't want, the want, and then take this one and turn it into I love the idea of, or something like that. So here I want to show you this example. You want to be as specific as you can with these things. So, and they'll be personal to you. So I don't want would be, I don't want to feel bad when I look at my bank balance, if this is something that is true for you. Again, these are ones that I'm trying to figure out what you guys might be interested in. So you can do the whole list of don't want and then flip it, or you can go back and forth. So then it becomes I want to feel great, happy, relieved when I look at my bank balance. And so what you've done is you've reversed it, see? So now you know how to focus. So now not only have you identified what you don't want, You have also identified its opposite, which again is like the coin. It's like two sides of the same coin. Now, whichever one you focus on, and they should feel good. This should feel good and this should feel not good. The more you focus on this one, the more you become a frequency match to it, and the more and more you'll start to believe it, and the more you will start to attract it into your life over this one. If you keep focusing on this one and try and solve it, you're just going to keep getting more and more of it. Please don't try to solve it. Shift it, shift your focus, and that's the actual way to manifest. Solving this is not manifesting. Okay, so then you can do something else, like I don't want a long commute to work. Would become I want a short, easy commute. So you see what I'm saying here? You get the idea? Okay. I don't want, this one's actually good for me because I obviously work from home. I don't commute. I don't want eye bags. So I had eye bags. So what I shifted it to was I want, sorry, it's all jiggly. I want skin around my eyes to look normal, amazing, youthful, etc. So you can obviously shift these to be as specific as you want. I don't want to overspend would be to have something like the perfect spending balance. Okay, so then I went ahead and made this so you could see it here, what it would be like to turn it into your love list. So I have, I don't want to feel bad when I look at my bank account balance becomes I want to feel great, happy, relieved when I look at my bank balance. Okay, so then you could turn it into your love list by saying, I love feeling great, happy, relieved when I look at my bank account. Now, if that isn't true, because you have to feel it, right? It's the thoughts don't count unless the feeling is behind them. You could add, I love the idea of feeling great, happy, relieved when I look at my bank account. I love the idea of, I love the experience of, I look forward to feeling that way. Again, this is just to help you get more into the feeling aspect of it. So you don't have to do this step. I like to do this step, but it also, if you do this step, the third one, turn your want list into your love list, you can figure out if you actually feel what you want. So going back to this, you can see here, let's say you don't want a long commute to work, you want a short, easy commute. Just being able to shift from the don't want to the want should give you a different feeling. If it isn't exactly what you want and you still feel a little off, you might want to recalibrate it and try again. So let's say it's not that you want a short commute because you love your job and you don't want to leave. So let's say it's, you don't enjoy, I don't enjoy the long commute. Oops. Then it could be that I enjoy it. I want to enjoy the commute. So if it's something you don't plan on changing, you could very clearly shift it that way as well. Basically, this is manifesting, so this is what I do all the time. I do this in my mind. I do this out loud. I do it on paper. I have journals and journals and journals of stuff like this because this clarifies your focus. So if you're wondering what should I focus on, think about this. Like you're this person, right? And you're like, what should I focus on? And this is your focus. And then your focus activates your vibration. Your vibration then sends a signal to the universe to reflect back to you, what it is you're putting out. So you kind of have to think about like this here activates this, which does that, and then you receive that back. So obviously, now that you see that, you want to pick things to focus on that are articulate about what you want. These will form pictures in your mind very often when you think about them. Ooh, la, la, la. These will form pictures as well that will make you feel bad. Boo. So I do not claim to be an artist, obviously. So, you can think about these things, focus on them, and they will create pictures in your mind that are very different. So if you stop right now and say what the difference is between eye bags and then the skin around your eyes looking normal, you would imagine two different things, right? It's in a picture in your mind that also matches a feeling of vibration, that focus, the more you focus on it, the more it activates your vibration, which then the law of attraction responds to and reflects back to you what it is you're looking for. So I hope this helps. If you don't learn anything about manifesting except for this, don't want to want, you're good to go. And again, this has to be a feeling. Remember, this has to feel good. And if it doesn't feel good, refine it. Okay, so you don't have to do any of these things. However, I do recommend them because it hits home on so many different aspects. You get clarity of your desire. You can end up shifting your focus from what you don't want to what you do want, which can help you also form that picture in your mind of your desire, which the more you focus on it, as you saw my stick people, the more you become a vibrational match as long as it feels good. Make sure it's the feeling. So if you keep things in the mental range, it's not always exactly what you need. You want to bring it into the feeling side. And also, if you have any contradictory or limiting beliefs, this gets them out of your head and onto paper so you can start shifting them. Other ways that you can use to remind yourself to shift your focus to what you want are anchors. I am making a video about that as well. And another way is sort of like passwords, or you could like set something on your phone to go off as a reminder. You can like have emails sent to yourself throughout the day. The thing about the phone reminders for me is I tend to like set them, and for the first day or two I'm like, oh yeah, yeah, and then I totally ignore them and just decline them or get rid of them off my phone. But don't be afraid to really make focus your priority. And what I mean by focus is the more attention that you give, right? What is the saying? Where attention goes, energy flows, or something like that, right? The more attention you give your clarified desire that feels good, the more you're going to start to vibrate at the same frequency and become closer and closer of a match to it. So it's totally okay to have different ways for you, and you can come up with your own ways as well that feel good to you, to remind yourself to focus on that picture, that desire, that end result, that thing, that experience that it is you want. So again, if this desire is important for you, treat it like you would treat studying for school or for your job, or preparing for a trip. Like, you go pack your bag before you go somewhere. Like, give it time and attention until you get yourself into that full alignment. When you get yourself into the full alignment, then you can stop doing all that stuff, because you'll just feel it. You'll be like, okay, I can let this be as it is right now. Again, in the meantime, any resistant thoughts that come up, let them be. Feel the feeling, embrace them, and then go back to focus. You don't try to do the focus and feel positive when you're feeling a resistant thought. It's a zigzag back and forth, and you should probably expect a zigzag, especially if it's a bigger topic that you're working on. However, make it a priority for you to actually remind yourself to refocus back to what you want. And the way to know what to focus on in the first place is to know what not to focus on. So again, do not be afraid to make a don't want list. It's totally fine. You're not going to go back and like read it over and over again every single day. You can fold the list in half, you can tear it in half and just keep the want side. But now you have a complete, or more of a complete list of what it is you want to focus on. And remember, when you focus on something, it's not just the thoughts or the picture, it's the thoughts, the picture, and the feeling. So you want to have all three feeling the way that you want, not just seeing it and feeling bad. If you see what you want and you feel bad, something is still a don't want in your vibration and your focus, and you want to like make the list again about that. And I hope this helps. Happy manifesting.